All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our call this week. It is September 28th, which blows my mind. We're almost in October already. But I just got some super awesome news I wanted to start out with. Our one and only Laura Corcoran just announced that she is officially a Success Club All-Star, which is huge. So congratulations on that. What that means is she has helped at least three, like ideally more than three people every single month for an entire year, which means she's hit Success Club 5 12 months in a row. That's amazing. So huge congrats to Laura. So excited for you. And that means a lot of lives have been affected and changed. So that's amazing. Can you guys hear me okay? My internet connection just went a little bit funky.
It's a little shaky, but you're fine.
Okay.
A little shaky, but I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Sorry. So what I wanted to do today was kind of regroup a little bit and get people to kind of refocus on the basics and to just I think so often we can get caught up in trying to do too many things. Like there's so many things we want to do with our businesses, so many things we want to do with our health and fitness, and it can get a little bit overwhelming. And I think a lot of the times we end up kind of getting stuck and feeling like there's too much to do, and then like a wall goes up and it's like everything stops. And I feel like a lot of people have been kind of experiencing this lately where overwhelm starts to set in, and it kind of, I don't know, like I think we get too caught up sometimes in trying to reach for bigger things, and by doing that we forget to be consistent with the little things, and the little things are usually more often than not what matter the most. So we're coming to the end of a new month, September, and October is starting soon. So what I kind of wanted to do was kind of get everyone like super excited about a new month. We have a new month to offer challenge groups to people. We have a new month to help people. We have a new month to motivate people. This month has a lot of exciting things, like there's Halloween. A lot of people look forward to Halloween. The holidays are starting to come up. And I feel like this time of year is usually a really good time when people, summer's winding down, fall's setting in. The effects of all the cookouts and parties and everything from the summer, like people usually kind of feel blah around this time of the year. And it's so easy to get sucked into that and to just kind of let the winter and the new holidays coming up kind of have people just like almost give up on even trying yet. And that's where we come in. We can come in and get people excited and motivated and encourage them, to take care of themselves and to go into these new months on a healthier level versus putting themselves back even further. And then come next year, they're, in not a good place, and it gets to the point where people, start to feel like they're stuck and they don't even know where to start. So we can kind of catch them now and really motivate them to use this time of year to their advantage instead of their disadvantage. And I feel like I'm one of those people that used to always get stuck in the winter blues, and I didn't want to work out anymore. It was nice and warm and cozy in my bed or under the blankets, and you want to sleep in or drink, like have these meals that are warm, and I don't know, it's just like for some reason this time of year it's so easy to let these bad habits creep back in. So we have this really awesome opportunity to reach out to people and help them avoid that and go into the holidays feeling really good about themselves. So I kind of wanted to, I'm not one to like force things on anybody, but I really want us to get into our own routines as far as offering free challenge groups, offering Beachbody challenge groups, and like getting these set up for the month of October now, if you don't already have them set up. So if you're if you don't have any groups planned right now, if you're like unsure of what you want to do, I want you to brainstorm, take the next couple of days, figure out what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, reach out in the team page. We can like pair up with one another, but I want us to all have a plan for October so we have something to be inviting people to, and then we can, you know, touch more lives and get people into their routines sooner rather than later as the winter months start creeping up on us. I listened to the past 2 national wake-up calls earlier today while I was packing, and one of them, I think it was the Michelle McAllister one, she talked about how the best thing she's ever done for her business was run challenge groups. She's run challenge groups every single month for the past like 8 years. She's hit Success Club like 72 months in a row, which is like 6 years or something like that. But what I really think is cool about her is she's one of the top 10 coaches, and she's not focused on recruiting the most people, hitting the, like getting the most Success Club points. Like she's not interested in high numbers. She's interested in getting at least Success Club 10, finding a few people each month and focusing and honing in on them and helping them get results, giving them the coaching experience, showing them what it is that coaches do by having them in these groups and proving to them, you know, what we can offer them and helping people get results. And she swears that that is not only the best thing that she's done for her business as far as, you know, like hitting Success Club and stuff like that, but if you're doing all of these things and you're giving people like crazy amazing challenge groups to be in, you're helping them get results, you're more likely to get people who want to join you as a coach who already have a taste of what it is that we do because they were in it, they experienced it, and these people are going to want to pay it forward and do the same thing that you were doing for them. And she said that is she gets a lot of coaches from her challenge groups, and these are the coaches that she retains. They're the ones that stay because they get it. They experienced what it is that we can do for people. Their lives were changed and they want to change other people's lives too. So I think, I mean, I've totally fallen off track a lot with my challenge groups because I don't know, I get stuck and I like think of like all these things I want to accomplish, and I keep trying to like jump, I don't know, like maybe take different roads, and it's never worked for me. The only thing that has ever worked is having consistent challenge groups to invite people to, having people in those groups, supporting them, helping them get results, and the rest just kind of falls into place more naturally, and that's the best way to do it. I mean, we hear it so often that this is how really successful people grow their businesses and have active and awesome coaches under them. So I definitely think that's something we should all try to do moving forward. A new month is almost upon us, so I think it's a really good time for everyone to start planning ahead, thinking like, what do I want to offer people? What do I want to do for a free group? You can do a free clean eating group. You can do a crock pot recipe group. It's that time of year. People love that stuff. You can do something to lead into Halloween. You can do like maybe like a Shakeology group where you can teach people how to make like candy or like, I don't know, like some treat type thing with their shakes, or like healthier treats so that they can still enjoy Halloween but not, you know, not be super unhealthy about it. You can start preparing people for the holidays. You know, there's all kinds of, and it doesn't have to be fitness related, your free groups, if you don't want them to be. If you have these hobbies and you're learning about things, or you feel like you're really good with certain hobbies or something like that, like have one of those types of groups. Make it like a week long, or I mean, however long you want it to be. But, you know, offering that to people is great because not everyone is ready right off the bat to join a 21-day, 30-day, 60-day fitness program, and they may not be ready to invest in the shakes just yet. But by you offering a free group for them, they can get value from you and realize like, oh, this girl's the real deal. Like she really wants to help me. They start trusting you. They start realizing what you have to offer, and then they may change their minds and they may be ready to jump into your Beachbody groups coming up as well. So free groups is a huge way to build relationships with people, show them what you have to offer them, and really just help more people. I mean, that's really what we want to do, whether we get paid or not. In my opinion, the most important thing is to just help as many people as we can. And not everyone wants to buy things. Not everyone wants to do what necessarily Beachbody has to offer, but you as a person who cares still has a lot to offer these people. So definitely don't ever forget that. And then also have your Beachbody program challenge group ready. Pick a date. When are you going to start it? If you want to partner up with somebody, like do that, and plan out when it's going to start, how long it's going to go. Have a prep week and start inviting people to these things, start sharing them, get people excited about them, tell people what you're going to be doing in these groups so that they're attracted to it and they want to join you. And then just, for the month of October, I want us all to focus mainly on our challenge groups and making them completely rock and like totally just like blowing people away with what you have to offer them. And by doing that, you can take some of what you did for October in your groups and use it moving forward. So it doesn't have to be completely repeated every single month. You can, use what you had in October and keep doing that November, December, finish the year strong, and then start next year, 2017, with this attitude of challenge groups is where it's at. This year, I'm focusing on helping people, getting them results. Everything else you can learn along the way. Everything else will fall into place. But this, and I've heard it so many times, but I just feel like this is like one of the number one things we need to do. We need to be proof of products first, obviously. So we need to be challengers ourselves, because that shows that we are consistently using the things that we're telling people to consistently use. And then just, giving them everything that you have and helping people, like really helping them get results and changing their lives. And I think if that kind of becomes the number one focus for us, I think that's going to change a lot. And you can use the other vital behaviors within your groups, like share personal development. There's no reason your personal development needs to be private. Share that. If you've learned something through a book you're reading or an audio, or like this quote like stands out to you, like share that in your group. That might inspire somebody else. It doesn't necessarily have to only be about fitness in your groups. I want to start doing that a lot more, because it's so much more of a mental game than anything. And the mental power I've gotten from doing personal development and like being in this community with you guys and with the Beachbody community in general, like so much has changed mentally for me from that. So I want to share that more in the groups on social media and get people to realize that like that is such a big part of this. And so often people get turned off by that. But I think if we're, sharing it and opening people's eyes to what can change if you are able to have an open mind and really acknowledge the fact that it is very mental, but you can develop your mental strength just as well as you can develop your physical strength. I think we can really affect a lot of people in more powerful and sustaining ways by doing that. Sorry, my throat's like wicked dry. But I don't know. I mean, that's kind of really all I wanted to say tonight. I don't know if you guys have questions or if anything else you want to add.
No, I think we're totally on the same wavelength. I just went live in my team page Sunday night and talked about the same exact thing, and specifically encouraged my team to get back to free challenge groups. It's something that after that wake up call, I was sort of thinking about, but I went back and looked at sort of my last year plus, and my most successful months from a number of new customers, not necessarily challenge pack sales, but new customers. Like people that I brought in, not free customers, were months that I ran free challenge groups, and I sort of let it go over the summer. I was busy doing other things. We had like Beachbody specific challenge groups growing, but I hadn't really been paying attention to the free challenge groups, but they are so valuable. It's a way to get people, like Jackie said, in that are timid or that don't trust necessarily Beachbody. One of the things I said on Sunday to my team was Beachbody is becoming very recognizable. It's becoming a very big company, and there's pros and cons to that. The pros are that we can now show that we're around for the long haul. We've got proven results to show people. It's, a brand that we can be proud of. But the con is that by the time you start talking to somebody, they already have a preconceived notion. Okay, this person is going to try to sell me something. It's one of those DVD things. It's one of those shake things. And there's a wall that goes up. And Carl talked about that at Summit. Shailene talked about it at Summit. People have been disappointed by this stuff in the past, and a wall goes up. So if you go in with, join my 21-day fix group or join my Shakeology challenge or whatever the case may be, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go, I don't want to buy anything. And you might miss the opportunity to help them because they might immediately kind of shut down. But if you go in and you offer these people free support through a challenge group, whatever your talent is, whatever gets you excited, whether it's meal prep, whether it's a fitness challenge, maybe it's something completely related. Lauren's doing a journaling challenge this month that has been awesome. Her level of participation and people are interacting with her is incredible. She's doing a book club in October with Take the Stairs. So it's sort of a way to introduce personal development to people, but it's like just a book club. It's just a free club, and she's sending the people the Audible link. So it's free if they want to listen to it in Audible. So there's lots of different ideas to just get engaged with people and start building their trust, because you can't help somebody until they trust you. It's just impossible. You need to build that trust. And to Jackie's point, at the end of the day, we are here to help people. And just to be completely candid, because some people may have seen bits and pieces of all of this, there's a lot of people in the organization now, in our organization, in the bigger Beachbody organization, that are struggling right now. There's people that are losing rank rapidly. There's people that are, and they will tell you, because they're being very clear about it, that their problem has been focusing on recruiting and sales and not focusing on building successful challengers. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that are going to stick around. Those are the people that you help, the people that you actually help get healthier, the people that you actually help reach goals are the ones that are going to turn into successful coaches, and the ones that are going to, then pay it forward. And most of us on this team are reflections of that. And that's really at the end of the day where it is. So I know it's like there's this, and I'm right there with you. We just announced my whole Success Club All-Star thing, and I've been maniacal about that. But there's this desire to get rank and get money, and yeah, we all want to build a business, and there's no fault in that. This is a for-profit business, and it's okay to tell people that you're building a business. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you put the people first and go back to the Go-Giver, and if you haven't read that in a while, maybe pull it out and dust it off. If you go back to helping people first, it might take a little longer, but the trust and the relationships that you build are going to last longer. And you're not going to have this high roller coaster climb only to just drop off and find that people abandon you, or find that people just didn't have the trust or the staying power that you wanted. So, Jackie and I didn't even talk about this ahead of time, but she's saying the same things that I was saying Sunday night, that getting back to that core basic, how can I help? How can I get you into a challenge group? What do you need from me? Find a free group. Maybe we can all just post all of the free groups that we're doing, because maybe we're doing, if I did a squat challenge this month, but I've talked to somebody that needs clean eating and somebody else is doing clean eating, we can put each other's people in each other's groups, because that's what we're here to do. So I'm right there with you. And I offered to my team, and I'll offer out to the wider team, that if any newer coaches need a partner for a challenge group, need help putting challenge group together, I'm more than happy to help anybody that needs it.
Yes, I totally agree. And that was kind of one of the other things that Michelle McAllister said. She said when she gets newer coaches, she puts them in her challenge groups, has zero expectations for them, just wants them to be a challenger, which is huge, because that again goes back to being proof the products work, and reminding yourself and making sure that you never forget that your health comes first. You need to be taking the time to do your workouts, to plan your meals, to follow the plan that you want for yourself. Because you need to be helping you. You can't put other people ahead of you, because then again, that's like completely goes against what we're trying to tell everyone else to do. So you have to be the person who can figure it out despite everything else that's going on in your life. Put yourself first, and then share with people ways that you're learning to make that easier, because everyone's got a lot of shit going on. Nobody has a life that's like, oh, I have, 10 hours a day where I can just plan my meals. Like, no, people have a lot of stuff going on. So they need to find ways to fit this stuff in. We have programs that are 30 minutes or less, which is amazing. We have the container system that for some people, like for me, that's kind of hard for me to figure that out. But I've found a way that made it easier for me, and I want to share that in my groups. And if you find the little ways like that, like share that stuff, share everything, the good stuff, the bad stuff. Don't hold anything back. I feel like sometimes you can almost feel like, well, what do I have? Like, I don't have anything to offer anyone. Like, who am I to run a challenge group? I'm trying to figure it out on my own. But that's exactly it. Like, you're trying to figure it out. Share the ways you're trying to figure it out. Share what's working for you. Share what isn't working for you. Use the challenge group guides. There's guides that tell you what to post. Use those posts if you don't know what to share. Share just an inspiring quote, something that you found, like a picture, or something that like motivated you that day. Go live in your groups. Go live during your workout and be like, this is me working out today. Like, I've been doing that on my page because I know I would max out a lot sooner if I didn't have a live audience. So, but like, you have more to offer people than you even realize. So just, remember that. And you don't have all the answers, but neither does anyone else. And that's kind of the whole point of this. Like, we're a community of people who are all trying to figure it out. We're not experts. We're not perfect, but we're finding little ways here and there that are changing things for us. And if you just shared something that seems stupid or silly to you, if you share that in your group, that might be exactly what someone else needed to hear. So nothing is silly or insignificant. Like, it all matters. So, just remember that. And again, like what Laura said, don't feel like you have to run your own challenge groups. If you have no idea what they are, you've never done it before, you can pair up with someone, or you can just ask to join one and get an idea of what it's like to be a part of it. And then moving forward, branch out on your own if you want to. But that's kind of why we have each other. We're a team. I want to work as a team. We want to support and help each other out. I never want anyone to feel like they can't be included, or like, we're all on the same page. I want us all to just work together and ultimately help ourselves and as many people as we can. So that's that.
The health bet has been awesome for me as far as remembering to be a challenger, because I want to log my shake.
Yes.
And it's really been interesting because I've realized how little I actually did that before. Like, I would check in on my challenges, but I wouldn't actually be like posting my own stuff. But I feel like it's really good for me, and I feel like it's good for them to see me posting it every day and like remembering to post. So that's been nice.
That's actually a really good point. I've been a little bit torn because I like a lot of what the app has to offer as far as like that goes, and how you can like see what you're logging, and it like tells you like, that's great, this is your 4th time logging in this week or something like that. But then like, I'm hoping in the future you can do videos or like a live, like something like that in there, because that right now is what I want to start using a lot in groups, is just going live and being real and like share it like randomly. Like, if something comes up and I'm like, oh, this is good, and you just go live real quick and share it, instead of like spending all your time trying to come up with a post about it, just freaking go live and share it live. Saves you a lot of time. And being spontaneous and, you know, just sharing stuff like that is, I think, what I want to start trying to do a little bit more. But yeah, I'm torn because there's some stuff in the app that I liked. You're not distracted by Facebook. You go in, you log your stuff. You can hang out in there if you want, or you can come out. Like, I don't know. I'm torn.
Yeah, I took the sort of a poll on Monday in my group since this is the last week, and pretty much everyone across the board said they loved the app from a challenger's perspective because they can log their goals. I mean, you can track your weight, you can track all of your measures, you can track what, like, it's sort of like a, you know, they need to add, I think if they combined the 21-day fix tracker with that, it would be like,
that would be amazing.
track your containers in there because it's just Shakeology and your workout now, but it'd be cool if you could also track your food.
That is such a good idea. Like, I feel like we should email someone about that, but I don't know who to email.
Carl, get on this.
I know. I'm going to email Carl, guys. Don't worry about it. That would be like a game changer.
Yeah, but I think it will come. I mean, I think it's ultimately going to compete with things like MyFitnessPal and that sort of stuff that people use.
You're probably right.
You know, because it's you don't really need to be doing a Beachbody program. You could use it, you know, for anything.
That is very true.
I liked it, but I agree. Video would be awesome. And there's, you know, some other small things that they need to work out, but.
And it's nice too, because you can see like the main posts that you as a coach are sharing. Like when you open it, that's the first thing you see. So like in Facebook groups, things can get all kinds of out of order with commenting and stuff like that. But with the app, you're like, boom, this is my coach post. And then you can go into the feed and everything stays in order. It doesn't
Stays in order, I know.
It doesn't move around. Like, that's so much better.
Freaking brilliant.
I know. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so yeah, I think moving forward, at least for the month of October, let's really dial in, focus on our groups, pick a free group, pick a date when you're going to start it and share it. Same thing with your other group. Pair up if you want to. You can post on our team page, share what your ideas are, share what you're doing, and we can all like pair up with each other or stay our separate ways and just like really start sharing it and inviting people to it. Because, you know, and I think that's one of my biggest issues, I think, has been like, if you don't have something to invite people to, like how are you gonna talk about it? You know, like it almost like makes it harder to bring things up and to bring the thought of, you know, join me if you got nothing to add them to. So
it's easier to invite people to a free group. So it's good.
That too. Mm-hmm.
There isn't any strings. Like, hey, I thought of you. This would be really fun. Join me. Versus like, hey, I thought of you, and if you pay $140, you can join me. Like, that's a more awkward conversation. But
yeah.
It's a good way to practice inviting because there's really no risk on either side.
That's a really good point. And I feel terrible. I haven't, like you said, Laura, I don't even know when the last time I did a free group was, which is like, and I did them consistently last year. I had like a new theme every month. People were loving it. Like it was so much fun. I don't know where the disconnect happened, but it's all right. The year's not over yet. We got time.
I have like no idea what I would want to do.
You can do like clean, if you don't know what you want to do, you can do like a clean eating one. So not that I'm saying you want it to be fitness related, but I will just point out if you have a free fitness related group, it's easier to transition into a Beachbody fitness group, if that makes sense. Like, get people excited, like, oh, I'm starting to eat clean, or oh, like I'm doing like a squat challenge and I'm starting to feel really good. I don't want to get out of this routine. And then you can be like, well, actually, you know, this is ending on this date, but I have this other group, fitness and nutrition group coming up, and that can kind of make things a little bit easier to transition to that route. But at the same time, it can be whatever you want. It can be clean eating. It can be like, you can do like a lunch challenge or a squat challenge, or you can do like a do-it-yourself group. Like if there's, like I remember Julie Scally once did like a do-it-yourself facial group or something. Like she had all kinds of cool facial things that she already knew. So she like shared that with people, which was really cool. She gave you a new recipe every day and told you what that did for your face. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be like do-it-yourself Halloween decorations or
Like, because I have a hard time waking up in the morning, and I know I'm not alone. I tried to do, like, a wake up early one, and, like, it bombed.
well, you can schedule your post if that's what you mean. Like if you,
Oh, no, like, nobody wanted to do it.
oh, okay. I mean, well, if no one wanted to do it, then your audience doesn't want to wake up early either, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And that kind of almost tells you something about your audience in a way, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And it could be like a mindset group, personal development, like share something that's going to master your mind. Like you can call it master your mindset. And it could be like randomly throughout the day, you'll share some personal development quotes or concepts that you've learned that have helped you master your mindset. And then share that, you know, like some stuff like that would be really helpful. And I'm sure that you could think of things to put in there because of all the personal development you've done. Or if you're struggling with something and you're like, I want to be held accountable for this. I struggle with this really bad. I'm going to do a group about it. Join me. Let's do it together and figure it out. You know, it doesn't have to be something that you know. It can be anything.
Okay.
And you can make it 5 days. It could be Monday through Friday. It could be Sunday through Saturday. It can be 2 weeks if you want it. I wouldn't probably do more than 2 weeks just because you want, how do I want to say this? Like you want to give people some of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
then
not the whole package.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, and that's obviously totally up to you. Like last year I did a month-long free group for the whole, I think it was actually the whole year. Every month I did a month-long group and that was fine too. But, so, you know, it's whatever you want to do basically.
Okay.
But yeah, the options are endless. Can get creative. That's kind of the cool thing about the free groups too, is you can get creative and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know?
We can start a string in the team page, just ideas. People can just throw ideas in and then anyone can grab them. I mean,
That's a good idea.
Just to start brainstorming because there's a lot.
Yeah, like I was thinking of doing a Crocktober free crockpot recipes for like a week.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thanks. I actually was pretty proud of myself. I hope I didn't accidentally see it somewhere and I'm thinking it was my idea. It was very possible. You know that happens, like you subconsciously see something and then all of a sudden,
oh my god, I have an idea. Well, when's the next presidential debate? I'll do like a squat challenge for every time Donald Trump says China.
That would be hilarious.
And then like every time Hillary laughs, you have to do a sit-up.
Yeah,
That
you
would be funny.
do like a political one and like like memes in there with different challenges.
Yeah.
And the last day could be the debate. Like that could be
hilarious. As long as you do a disclaimer, like I don't want any crazy political banter in this group. Like this
right. Oh my god, I can tell you right now that will happen.
I know. That's the only thing that worries me about politics, but anyway.
I know, man. It's because like everyone does like the drinking game with it. I'm like, let's do sit-ups.
Yeah. See, and you can make a healthy version. There you go. See, you got ideas. But yeah, so that's kind of something I think would really help. And I think it would be like a good confidence boost too, to like the feeling of helping somebody is like so great. And that's why we're here. So, you know.
This is the time of year. I mean, we've got the trifecta coming up: Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and people start to feel shitty about themselves. So the more we can help people, even if those people we help aren't ready to commit to anything until January, at least helping them get through the season is, you know.
Yeah. And it's huge. And people love that you're caring about. Like when you think of them and you're like, let's end this year strong so you can start next year in a good place. Like, I feel like so many people give up and they're like, whatever, I'll just wait until the new year. But like, what if you started now? What the amount of change you can have in the next 3 months can be huge.
Mm.
So let's not let anyone give up on themselves. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for sure.
Yay! So I agree. So what I'll probably do is start a thread. I might do 2 separate ones. I might do a thread of like free group ideas and then another one for like challenge groups. Like either people can share like what their plan is, when they want to start, stuff like that. And then we can kind of, like, people can see like what you're doing. If they want to join you, they can join you, or feed off of what your idea was, or do your own thing, like whatever. But just to kind of get all that stuff going. Yay! All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. This was a really good call. I'm happy that we all got together. I love what we shared, and I'm happy that I can record this.
Error messages when you.
I know, right? I know. So let's end September strong. It's not over yet, so don't give up if you're not where you want to be for this month just yet. Keep going hard, and if anything, keep planting those seeds to help you out in October, and then get your groups, start brainstorming, thinking of what you want to do, get them set up and start sharing and inviting to them. And I think in doing that will make a really big difference in October.
One other little tip that helped me the last 2 weeks a ton: go back through Facebook Messenger and find people you were talking to in like May.
Ooh.
Because the summer sucks people into this like
Vortex
of like no schedule, vacation, parties, like. And so in May, if they weren't ready, they might be now. So like that's a good sort of time frame. May, early June. People that were like, no, maybe wavering. Then I just kind of went back to that section of my Facebook Messenger and was like, hey, how was your summer? Just wanted to follow up and blah, blah, blah. So those are good people to invite to a free challenge group, because maybe they were interested at some point. They just couldn't commit. They were waffling for whatever reason. And chances are now they're 3 months later feeling even worse. So
That's a really good point.
It's a good place to start.
Very good point. Thank you for saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too. Safe flight.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.